Whether you have the brand new Quest 3 or you're rocking a Quest 2, everyone loves free games. And today I have my top 10 free Quest games you should be playing. Let's do it. First up on the list is a game that was not originally free to play. This is Population 1, and it's arguably the best battle royale game in virtual reality. And yes, it's free to play. Kind of like Fortnite, it does have in-app purchases where you can buy skins for guns, characters, and season passes. And also, like Fortnite, it is a battle royale game that has been adjusted and made better almost consistently since it originally launched. This game will have you climbing skyscrapers, gliding across fields, and shooting enemies as you battle to be the last one standing. It's got multiple game modes and ever-rotating gameplay styles, maps, and types, along with a lot of new content from their user-generated and created maps as well. Overall, this game is a fantastic free-to-play game. It's the epitome of best when it comes to free, because there is so much to do in here. If you love first-person shooters or battle royale games, you have to try this. As like I mentioned, it's free, and there are people out there that are extremely good at it, so try to team up with them and win a few matches and get used to the game, and I guarantee you, you'll have a blast with Population 1. Next up on the list, let's switch gears a little bit and talk about Cards and Tankards. Cards and Tankards is a free-to-play game that is a TCG-style game. In this game, you will be opening packs to build the deck to play against other online players. Both of these games are online, by the way, so far, but not all of them are online on this list, so bear with me. One thing about online games, though, is that they can be free to play because it can be supported by in-app purchases. So quite a few games on this list, if not the majority, are online games. But anyways, talking about Cards and Tankards. This is a TCG-style game where you'll collect cards to build decks and play against other players or AI if you so choose. The art is really cool on these cards. They're consistently adding more cards to the game and updates as well. And it's one of those games that I'd love to sink time into, but I just don't have the time, unfortunately. But Cards and Tankards is free to play. There is in-app purchases like a lot of these games, but the base game is free, and it's a lot of fun to collect these cards, and the community is an extremely supportive community from what little I've seen and from what I've heard from a lot of other people. Up next is the first single-player game on this list. But first, Dead Hook is a brutal, story-based roguelike shooter that'll keep you on your toes and keep you coming back for more. And now with the newest update, which they're calling the Tear Apart Update, the game is even better. Not only have they added in a bunch of new weapons and new elite enemies, but they've also added in new melee combat where you can literally tear your enemies a new one with your bare hands. They're even running a brand new giveaway with multiple winners where you can win awesome prizes like an audio strap, cool swag, and copies of the game. Head to the link down in the description to enter the Gleam giveaway, and head to the Quest store at the link in the description as well to check out Dead Hook. Now for a single-player game. This is Republic VR, I think is how it's said, and it's a stellar game with a stellar voice cast. It's very different in the fact that you'll play mostly from a third-person style, although you'll be technically a first-person character as you watch through the security cameras and you help control the character to try to make your way through the story. It's got quite a long campaign and an amazing cast with people like David Hayter and Jennifer Hale. If you're looking for an intriguing and a really good story-based free game, Republic is where you want to try. It's different than most VR games you're going to play in the sense that it's a little slower paced, and it also is from that third-person type of game, but it's not a platformer, so it's a third-person non-platformer game, which is pretty rare actually, but the story's really good. The voice cast is exceptional, so definitely check it out if you have not played it yet. Okay. Do you love Cornhole? Well, Forever Cornhole is now free to play. This is part of the Forever series of games that includes bowling and darts and cornhole and pool. Well, Cornhole is now free to play, and it's probably one of the coolest, most relaxing multiplayer games you can play in VR, if I'm being honest. I love Cornhole. In fact, I actually have a couple of boards in my backyard, but sometimes you want to do it virtually because you're not anywhere near the person you want to play with, or maybe you just don't want to chase the beanbag, so you go and play online anyways. Well, Forever Cornhole has unlockable skins for the beanbags and for the boards, and it's just a fun online game. I played it with Gamertag VR and Jay Dunn, and we had a blast. So if you haven't played it, highly recommend checking it out. The benefit of all these games is if you have not played them, they're literally free. They don't cost you a penny to play. So I would personally check out every game on this list if they even slightly interest you at all. Okay, so next, let's talk about Horizon Worlds. Now, before you run away, okay, there's a lot in Horizon Worlds that you'll probably want to steer clear of. Not that it's not fun, just that it's a little unpolished. And, you know, there's some cool stuff in there if you dig for it, and there's some fun games. Like there's a mini golf game that's really cool. But I'm specifically recommending Horizon Worlds to you because of Super Rumble. This game is extremely fun. I've talked to people that actually really do not like Horizon Worlds, like nearly hate it, but they like Super Rumble because it's so well done. Meta did a really good job with working to create this Super Rumble first-person online shooter that's fun, it's fast-paced, it's got unlockables, achievements, superpowers, and it doesn't feel like you're playing in Horizon Worlds. So definitely download Horizon Worlds, if only to check out Super Rumble, although there's other stuff in there that's really cool as well. And from what I hear, they're going to be adding a lot more games that are the quality of Super Rumble. So keep your eyes open, download Horizon Worlds, and be ready to play some really fun free games. This next game is technically single player, but it also has a co-op mode now that you can use that was added just a while ago. This is Bait. If you want to go fishing and you don't want to buy a fishing game, then definitely check out Bait. Bait will keep you busy for a while. It's more of a cartoony fishing game, but it's still fun and the mechanics still feel really good. And with the addition of the new DLC that came out and the online co-op multiplayer, it has even more fun stuff to be had in the game. This is actually one of the first games I played on Quest because it launched very early on the Quest as a free game, and I played through the whole thing in like one night. I just sat there and I played and I caught all the fish and I finished the story. It was fun. It's relaxing, cute, and a fun time if you're looking for something like that. This next game is not relaxing, but it is fun. This is called Ultimex. This is a sports type of mech game that is kind of one part foosball and one part Rocket League, sort of. You're going to move around inside of the arena using a mech to try to hit the ball into the goal against the other team. This is a free-to-play game, and it's really, really good. I am terrible at it, but if you like that type of sports kind of mech type of game, I recommend checking this out because it is free to play and it's got a really good competitive scene. Speaking of competitive, I didn't add this to the list, but I'll add it as an add-on to Ultimex. Another game by the same company, Resolution Games, that's free to play is Blast On. Blast On is another fantastic game that I'm just kind of including as an honorable mention because it's a really fun game. I would probably be slain in the spot if I did not put Gorilla Tag on this list. This is one of those games that has a massive audience that I don't play. And that's mostly just because it's tiring and there's a huge young people audience that love the game and that don't know, that like to use potty words. Vulgar language. If you jump into this game, try to find people that you know and jump into a private server because you can jump into public servers and you might find a really good room, but you also might find some 7 or 8-year-olds screaming obscenities at each other and telling each other they should be hurting themselves. So don't be surprised if you hear that when you jump into this game. Gorilla Tag's fun, but it does have its interesting points. Keeping in that theme, Rec Room can be the same kind of way. Rec Room is a lot of fun. It has a ton of awesome content, including new DLCs, new games they keep releasing, new game modes. There's a lot there to be had and a lot of fun because there's just pretty much innumerable games to play in that. And a lot of them are really fun. And it's just continually being updated. But again, try to do it with people that you know because you'll probably run into young people that will tell you very bad things to do to yourself. So yeah, just be careful with Rec Room and any free game really, but especially on this list, Rec Room and Gorilla Tag, those are notorious for that. All right, so last on the list, and not last by any number or meaning whatsoever, is Gym Class. Gym Class is a great online basketball game that you'll jump into play with friends or strangers. It does have kind of like a battle pass type of thing. It's like a pro pass or whatever that you can unlock more courts. You can also buy an NBA pass that allows you to choose your team, your favorite team, and you get that court as your home court so you can go play at. And you can also jump into public other rooms from other teams. Also, as you play, you can unlock more of these arenas that you can make as your home. It's got a lot of unlockables. It's got a great community. The developers are really cool, really awesome. They've done a lot of really cool stuff. So if you like basketball at all, highly recommend checking out Gym Class because it's a lot of fun. And on top of that, they put a lot of time and effort into this game, and it's continually updated. I mean, they've officially partnered with the NBA, which blows my mind and is absolutely awesome. There you go. There are my top 10 free Quest games. Technically 11 with the addition of Blast On. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments what your top 10 free Quest games are, or maybe just your top couple free Quest games, especially if they are not on this list so other people can check them out. Don't forget to hit subscribe to keep up to date on all things Quest. Thanks so much for watching, and happy questing.